Dear God, they're gonna be so mad at me. Alright, I'm sorry. I've been meaning to get to this video for so long now, but I've never really had the time to get to it. Hey, that edit was cool though. Maybe that makes up for it. Anyways, I know you probably read the title and were probably read the wrong way, because ew, math, gross. And I agree, math is gross. But once you get rid of all the numbers and combine logic with shapes, we can get something pretty solid in return. Now, as a math genius myself, I'm going to show you a couple of things that look impossible in build mode today that actually only required basic shapes to make. Let's get, bro, I gotta work on that. Let's get into it. No, that's worse. That sounded weird. Alright, let's get into it. I got that. Alright, so if you go under here real quick, you'll notice these little tiny pillars that are kind of like coming out of the ceiling, if that makes sense. And the reason for that is because they get even thicker and they turn into these metal bars that you can see right here. Now, you probably already know this and you've probably seen this from other places, but these are actually what are they called? But these are actually corner slopes. Now what I'm doing here is very smart, but also very dangerous. What I'm doing is I'm placing these corner things, I don't know. What I'm doing is I'm placing these corner slopes and I'm resizing them to be very tall, and then I move them to where I want them to be to make them have the illusion of just being this pillar. Now this is kind of limited, as you can only really use this in places that are either underground, and I mean that can also only go so far with resizing and stuff, so I'd be careful with it, but it's still cool. I mean, I made use of it as best as I could and it turned out really well. Now here's that in action. I'm just placing the slab. Why can't I get it right, bro? I'm just placing the corner slope and I'm resizing it to be as tall as I can. Well, actually I'm resizing it as far as I can go to the top so it doesn't actually protrude out of the ground, if that makes sense. And then I resize it downwards as much as it needs to be the thickness that I want. And there it is. The other one I wanted to show you was pretty simple. I mean, it's easy to comprehend, it just takes a second. These are basically inverted circles. Now, these circles you can either walk in, you can use them for designs, anything you really want to, really. What I'm going to do right here is I'm going to place a slope and I'm going to resize it into the side of the frame that I have placed here. Now this one right here is 2x2, but I'm going to do this one and then I'm going to do a 5x5. You can kind of use this as a nudge to kind of make any of them, like 3x3s, 4x4s. 6x6s, I don't know. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to place a thin wall and then I'm going to resize it to be 2 blocks tall. And then I'm going to go into move mode and I'm going to tilt it until that grid kind of offsets itself like you see right there. And then I'm going to resize it back to its original position. And just like that, you got yourself a free double offset, I guess. Something that I also feel like I should explain is how I do the corners. So while you're in the pipes in the map, you can take a corner route and all that. It is self-explanatory, but I think I should still probably show you in case you really want to know and can't figure it out. What I'm doing here is I'm just gonna move it out and make the same thing. And once we get to the corner part right here, you'll see that you don't really know what to do here. Because I mean, the whole time we've been just using thin walls and slopes. I don't know why I can't say slopes today. It's just not crossing my mind. So easy solution, as you probably already guessed, we're going to use corner slopes. Just resize them up, resize them out, and move them in like shown. Until it looks good at least. I don't know. Once you're done with that, we're going to take a corner thin wall and we're going to do the same thing we've been doing with the other thin walls, and then we're going to move that in with the rest of them. And that should do it. Alright, this one is the 5x5. Start off with 4 block long slopes and place them inside the walls as shown. Now I'm going to go up, down, left, and right 2 stick displays and place blocks on them and move them in. So it's basically the same thing we've been doing with the thin walls for the other side, except this time we're using actual blocks. Fun fact, when I was making the 2x2s, I also used actual blocks, but that made the corners absolutely impossible. At the start, I was doing the trick from last time with the corner slopes, but it kind of didn't work too well, and it caused a lot of problems. So we got what we got now, and it works. Now if you got that done, we're going to finish off by doing all of these 2x3 slopes, and we're going to move them in as shown. I don't know how else to explain it. I would just watch the footage, dude. That's probably what you've been doing the whole time, because, I mean, my voice is irrelevant if you have footage. So, I mean, there you go, bro. And that should do it. There you go. Woohoo. Alright. Originally, I would just have a little outro here, but I want to tell you what I've been up to for the past, 2 months maybe? In a nutshell, school, of course. I've just been really caught up with that. I got a lot of assignments, a lot of projects, a lot of tests, all that. But also, I've been making a lot of new friends. I've been talking more and all that. By the time this is uploaded, I'll be on my way to getting a cat. His name is Electric Bill, and he looks so sweet. I can't wait to meet him. I'm hoping it'll get my mood up after my childhood cat passed away a couple months ago, because she was great. But we'll see how Electric Bill does. As for the feature, expect Derelict to come out sometime within the next few months. Next few months is a stretch, actually. The next month or so. All that's left is animation, and in the midst of that animation, I'm going to be animating a skin that is used in my series. You'll figure it out when I release the video, but it'll be a full video. It'll be part of the cutscene too, of his animations, his jump scare, and his theme and all that. So look out for that, and pray to God that it gets added to build mode, because if it does, then I'll be using it as a skin for the video. Anyways, thanks for bearing with me for so long, even though I'm really inconsistent on my uploading. I'll see you guys around.